Now, energy. Those that watch this programme regularly will know that I've become increasingly vexed about the government's energy strategy. You see, we import 50% of the natural gas that we need, and we need it, particularly when the wind turbines don't blow. In fact, the more wind turbines we build, the more gas ultimately we need. There's no need to import that gas. There's lots of gas in this country. And the same goes for coal, and increasingly the same goes for oil, as British and Scottish governments just don't give Shell, BP, any of these companies any encouragement to continue in the North Sea. And of course we also import up to 9% of our electricity from that lovely man, President Macron. We've made ourselves wholly dependent in energy terms on other countries, albeit we're far less dependent on Mr. Putin, who only sells us about 4% of the natural gas that we buy, as opposed to Germany, who of course would literally be closed down overnight because of the disastrous policies of Angela Merkel. This week, the two drill holes, the two wells that a firm called Quadrilla sunk up in the northwest of England, those wells designed to get natural gas, they have to be filled in with concrete this week. Can you imagine anything more ludicrous at this moment in time? And as a result of that, 40 Conservative members of Parliament and peers between them have written to the Prime Minister saying this would be an act of folly. Others, of course, who follow me will know that I have joined, I'm helping to run a campaign saying vote for power, not for poverty. And what I'm saying is, let's become self-sufficient in energy. What I'm saying is, let's get rid of the 5% VAT on our bills. That was an explicit promise in the referendum. And what I'm also saying is, stop loading up people's electricity bills. Up to 20% of that bill is green subsidies. All of this has happened with no debate whatsoever. And if these things aren't done, it's a subject so vast, we deserve to have a referendum on it. So I feel very, very strongly about this, and that's not wanting to turn my back on green energy, on renewable energy, on low carbon energy, and I'd love to see things like hydrogen cells become a huge success. But the fact is, we are going to need considerable amounts of fossil fuels for many, many years to come. We might just as well produce them ourselves and not be dependent on anybody else in the world. And I think one of the results that will come from what's happening in Ukraine, and kind of Trump really was in the vanguard of this when he talked about America first, I think countries will start to put their own interests first. And if you finish up with a genuine shortage, that could mean the lights going out in Britain. That to me would be madness.